Hey guys, it's John from Fishyaker again. We put a lot of time and effort into selecting the ideal fishing rod when we're shopping around for them. You name it, we think about it. The length of the rod, how stiff is the rod, how fast of an action, how soft of the tip, how much backbone it has, how big of a reel it'll fit. You name it, how much how heavy of a line and weight will it hold, how well it throws, you name it. We look at a whole bunch of different things when we're shopping around for a new fishing rod. One of the things a lot of people may not think about is what the grip material is made out of. There's several different options you're going to find on the market. You have cork, you have foam, you have wraps, you have shrink wrap, you have a whole bunch of different options there. But what are the two most common you're going to see is foam and cork. I've always kind of wondered, which one is better, what do I prefer? I've come full circle. When I first started fishing as a kid, I used a lot of older gear that belonged to my parents and grandparents and such. Back then, all your rods pretty much had solid cork grips on them anyway. Then when I got a little bit older, I was on a tighter budget. A lot of the rods I was using had foam. They were more inferior rods. Now I've come back full circle. Now I prefer cork again. Why do I like cork? I like the feel of it, and I like the appearance of it. That's a personal preference. It's your preference overall. With cork, some pros and cons of it. Like I said, you may like the appearance of it, you may like the feel of it. Some people argue that you can, get more feel and more sensitivity out of a cork grip. That's kind of debatable. A lot of that depends on how firm and the quality of the foam compared to it is, or if you're using a wrapping and such. But a lot of people like the feel. A lot of them like how the sensitivity is. Problems you might have with cork grips, though, is especially if you're buying a less expensive rod, always look at that cork. There's a lot of inferior cork out on the market now. Just compared to, say, 10, 15, 20 years ago, the quality of the cork that you can find in the market is not what it used to be. So when you're shopping around for a rod, especially a more inexpensive rod, say something under $100, take a look at the quality of the cork. If you look at the cork, it's going to be, maybe one piece, maybe multiple pieces, but with the cork, take a look at it. See how pitted it is. See if it looks like it's flaking. If you see areas in it that don't match the rest of the complexion of it, well, they probably backfilled it with wood filler and putty to make it, a complete piece. So it could be a cork filler. So take a look at it, make sure it's solid in quality. A lot of people get them, and once they get them home, they'll stain them, they'll seal them, and then they'll try to make it last longer. But really, when you're shopping around for cork, take a look at it before you purchase it, especially if it's a more inexpensive rod. Make sure it's a quality piece of cork, because like I said, the good cork isn't like it used to be back in the day. But that's the issue with cork. Some pros and cons. Like I said, I prefer cork. What about the foam? Foam, really, it's what you pay for. With cork, it looks classy. I like the look of cork, but with foam, they can machine it. They can make it look just about any way they want to. There's a lot of different grades of foam out there. A lot of people say that the foam is more durable. With a cork, if you have a cork grip on your rod, it starts to get grimy, get dirty, get pitted. You can take a piece of sandpaper to it. You can smooth it down. You can fill it with wood putty. You can refinish it. Basically, you can basically do the same type of thing with a foam grip also. I've had foam grips over the years that have kind of dry rotted and started flaking and powdering off. You can do the same thing. If your external layer of the foam starts to get kind of nasty, take some light sandpaper to it, rework it again. But foam's cool because the manufacturers can shape it and adjust it in any shape they want to. They have it could be cylindrical. It can have multiple sides to it. They can do shrink wrapping over top of it. They can have it in multiple colors so it can look really cool and clean and crisp. Again, some people say that you don't have the sensitivity to it. It's really a personal preference now with the way the market is with grip versus with a foam grip versus a cork grip. So it's really your choice, but next time you're shopping around for a rod, just take a look at what type of grip you have on it. Like I said, I have a personal preference for it. For me, a lot of my heavier rods, my saltwater rods, I like to use foam. So it's more durable often, especially with the more modern cork. A lot of it, if it's an inferior or lesser grade of cork, it may chip on you, may flake on you, especially if you're sticking it down in rod holders. Your foam may be more durable on it. But that's, you're going to have to shop around, play around with it. But take a look at the foam and the cork when you're shopping for a rod. Don't just think, hey, I'm going to buy this rod because of the length of it, the weight of the rod, how stiff it is, the back backbone and so forth. But look at the grip too. Feel the rod, grab it, hold it, see what your personal preference is for it. But like I said, you kind of like with everything, you get what you pay for. But personally, I like cork, but I still like foam for a lot of my heavier rods. So next time you're shopping for a rod, just think about what type of grip you may want. Maybe you'll have a personal preference, and from there on out, you'll start shopping and just getting cork and just getting foam. Thanks for watching Fishyaker.com. As always, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook. We'll catch you on the water.
Fishyaker.com, the original kayak rigging video series.